Good day, good day, good day, everyone. Good day. Yes, good day, everyone. Good day. It is 12 p.m. You know what time it is? It's still on a weekday. It is time for English Home Language for grade 9. I welcome everyone who is here. If you are here, let us take the register. Let us see who is with us today. Let us see who is with us today. Please say hi in the chat so we can see that you are here with us today. Yes, let us see who is with us today. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. So good to see you. So good to see you, Bax, Cleo, Kelly, Nosipo, Onkabeze, Raiden, Tando. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so happy. I am seeing those common names as well as some new names. Thank you for joining us today. Yes, today we'll be doing adverbs. So this will be the first lesson on adverbs and we will continue with them tomorrow. Yes. Okay, are you ready for the lesson? I am ready, so let us get on with it without a waste of time. Okay, so we have adverbs. So in today's lesson, we will be focusing on the adverbs of time as well as the adverbs of manner. Okay, this sounds interesting. Okay, so here's the table of contents of how the lesson is going to be today. We are going to go through an overview of what adverbs are. Then we will go through various types of adverbs. But in this lesson, our focus will be on the adverbs of time as well as the adverbs of manner. Okay. So anyway, what do you know about adverbs? What is an adverb? What is an adverb? For just a minute, I'm going to give everyone a chance to text for us in the chat what an adverb is. Okay, let's see what we have. We have Cleo saying, an adverb is a word which describes a manner that which something was done. Okay. An adverb is a word which describes in which manner something was done. Okay, yes, that's good, Cleo. That's good. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, so that is what an adverb is. It tells us more about the verb. Okay, so we have Nosipo who says an adverb is a word that modifies an adjective expressing a relation of place and time. Okay, let me read that again. An adverb is a word that modifies an adjective expressing a relation of place and time. Okay, Nosipo, an adverb, it modifies a verb. It tells us more about the verb, okay? Yes, that's what an adverb does. All right. Thank you for participating. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, thank you. Now, sometimes we need to know more about what happened, and adverbs, they help us with that. Okay, I can say I ate. Okay, sometimes there are people who want to know how did you eat? You know, did you eat slowly? Did you eat quickly? Did you eat satisfactorily? Where did you eat? Why did you eat? You know, the extent at which you ate and all those things. You know, everyone will really want to know that. So yes, that is where adverbs come from. That is the significance of adverbs, that they will really help us to know. They will really help us to understand. Okay. Are we all together? Right. And then adverbs, they tell us more about a verb. Okay. So you can even see from the word, you can even see from how the word adverb is. Add meaning additional verb. Okay. So it's an additional verb. So it is a word which tells us more about a verb. It tells us additional information about a verb. Okay. So that is what an adverb is, and that is what an adverb does. Okay, so here's a quote. I really love this quote. Knowledge is power. You will realize that even with adverbs, adverbs will really help us to know things, so that we can have that power which comes with knowing things. Okay, that power which comes with being a person who is knowledgeable. Mhm. Let's continue. Okay, so this is something okay, so now we are going through adverbs on a general basis. So remember that adverbs are words that describe how an action was performed. Okay, so which word performs an action in a sentence? It is the verb. That is why I was saying that an adverb, it tells us about the verb. It describes the verb to us. Like I have said here that adverbs are words that describe how an action was performed. Okay, here is an example there. You speak, you speak nicely. So you realize that, that nicely there, it tells us about how the person speaks. Okay, so that nicely there, it tells us about how the person speaks. Because if we can just say you speak, chances are, okay, that is enough, but then it really doesn't tell us how the person speaks. Okay, but if we introduce an adverb here, we have nicely as our adverb, then this means that this person or whoever who speaks here, they speak nicely. Are we all together on that? Thank you. Then adverbs are words or phrases that give us more information about verbs. Okay, so adverbs are words or phrases that give us more information about verbs. That is another way of saying that an adverb tells us more about a verb. Okay, so that is something we need to know, and that is something we need to understand. Then going on, sometimes adverbs can give us more information about adjectives and other adverbs. Okay, sometimes adverbs can give us more information about adjectives and other adverbs. Yes, Nosipo, you are right that an adverb is a word that modifies an adjective. Okay, and it expresses a relation of place and time. Yes, Nosipo, you are right. Sometimes an adverb does give us more information about the adjective as well as the other adverbs. Okay, let's continue. And then we have different types of adverbs. We have adverbs of place, adverbs of frequency, adverbs of manner, as well as the adverbs of degree, adverbs of time, and adverbs of reason. So you see how many adverbs we have. We have 6 adverbs all in all. So I really think it was very unfair to just go through them at one time during one lesson. Therefore, in this lesson, we will be focusing on the adverbs of manner. There it is, I put a star on it, as well as the adverbs of time. There I put a star on it. So these are the 2 adverbs that which we would be focusing on in our lesson today. Describe us when something happens or where something is so these are the different types of adverbs. All right. So I told you that it is the 6 of them. And in today's lesson, we'll only be focusing on only 2 of them. Okay. Okay. So we'll be focusing on the adverbs of manner and the adverbs of time. So let's define them, all of them quickly. The adverbs of place, they describe where something happens or where something is done. Adverbs of frequency describe how often something is done. Yes. Adverbs of manner describe how something is done. The adverbs of degree, they describe to what extent something is done. Adverbs of time describe when something is done. And the adverbs of reason describe why something is done. Okay, so those are the 6 adverbs, and it will be okay. One good way of understanding them is to look at what they mean. Okay, place, it has to do with where. Frequency has to do with, you know, how often something happens. Manner has to do with how something is done. The degree has to do with the extent that something is done. Time has to do with the when, or yes, when. And the reason has to do with the reason. Is to do with, it is the why question, why, you know. So yes, so remember I said that in today's lesson our focus will be on manner and time. So adverbs of time, they tell us, 1, when an action happened. 2, for how long it has happened. And 3, how often it happened. Are we all together on that? Any question on that before I fly? Because now it's time for liftoff. It's time to get into the depth, the juice of the lesson. Any question on adverbs of time? Are we all together? Okay, so the adverbs of time, they tell us when an action happened, how long it happened, as well as how often it happened. Okay, so that is the adverbs of time for us. Okay, all right. So let us see some examples. Okay, someone is asking me to go back to the previous slide. So please quickly take a screenshot quickly so we can move on. Take a screenshot quickly so we can move on. Okay, we can move on now. So we are on the adverbs of time. Remember, I said they tell us when an action happened, how long an action has happened, as well as how often it happens, or how often it happened. There are some examples there. Everyone stayed home when? Yesterday. So you will realize that the adverbs of time, they answer the question when. Okay, okay, so I can say to you, everyone stayed home, and then you will want to know, you will ask a question, you will want to know what would you say? You will say when, and then I will tell you that today, that everyone stayed home when? That everyone stayed home when? Yesterday. Okay, again, another example, they are going back home when? Today. So you will realize that, okay, I've underlined my adverbs of time in this instance, and you will realize that by doing that, you can see that all those words I've underlined, they are the adverbs of time. It is them which really tell us how long something has happened, how often it happens, and how long it happens. Okay, so that is how the adverbs of time work. Then the third example, it is time to watch the news. When? Now. So it is time to watch the news now. So you realize that the adverbs of time, they are answering the question when. Okay, so they are actually answering the when question. Are you all together on that? And then let us go to the next one. I brush my teeth twice daily. Okay, I brush my teeth twice daily. What does this mean? This means I brush, okay, you can say I brush my teeth twice and leave it there. But then with the adverbs of time, it tells us when that happened or how often it happens. So in this case, I am saying that I brush my teeth twice daily. So I'm telling you how often I brush my teeth twice. You see? Are we all together on that? Remember, if you have a question, please do not hesitate to ask your question because I am here to help you. Okay, I think that is okay. Yes. So that was adverbs of time. Anyone with a question about adverbs of time before we move on to the adverbs of manner? So yes, this was adverbs of time. You will realize that what adverbs of time do, they tell us about, let us go back to that slide again. Adverbs of time, they tell us when an action, the time when or the time an action happens, how long it happens, as well as how often it happens. Okay, so those are the examples of the adverbs of time. Can anyone, okay, can you please text, just text an example of a sentence which has an adverbs of time besides yesterday, today, now, and daily, that which I've used as examples? You can text it or you can just simply raise your hand. whichever one works. Okay, so seems like everyone is okay with this. So let's continue to the adverbs of manner. So the adverbs of manner, they tell us how something happened. Okay, all right. For example, the child was shouting loudly. Okay, so there is loudly there. It tells us what? It tells us about the manner in which the child was shouting. Okay, and then let's continue. She put the vase back carefully. So that adverb there, carefully, it tells us about how she put the vase back. Thank you. Then the next one is, he studied for the test diligently. So diligently tells us about how this person studied for the test. So you realize that with the adverbs of manner, they answer the question how. Okay, is there any question with the adverbs of manner? Remember, I have just said that what adverbs of manner do is they help us to answer the question how. Okay, so here when we say the child was shouting, someone would love to know and ask how. Okay, and then you can say loudly, which means that the child was shouting loudly. Okay, and then we come again, she put the vase back. Someone then will ask how, and then you can answer, say she put the vase back carefully. Then again, he studied for the test. How did he study for the test? He studied for the test diligently. Okay, so that is how it works with the adverbs of manner. Okay, so yes, no, Sipo, often is the adverb of time. Okay, therefore that is correct for as an example for the adverbs of time. So this is the end of our lesson. Okay, so yes, so that was all about the adverbs of time as well as the adverbs of manner. Therefore, in tomorrow's lesson, we will be dealing with the adverbs of place and the adverbs of frequency. And I tell you that these ones, they're really going to take us some time to really go through. So please be ready for that. That's what we'll be doing tomorrow. So unfortunately, we came to the end of the lesson. If you have a question, please, you can contact me. That's my email there in red. Or you can email STEM Digital School at africateengeeks.co.za. So this is what we did today, the adverbs, and our focus was on the adverbs of time and manner. So these are our adverbs, all 6 of them, okay? And yes, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's meet again tomorrow. Remember to stay safe, to stay home. Wear your mask, wash your hands. Remember social distancing. From all of us here at STEM Digital School, we love you. Keep well. Take care and bye-bye.